Sheetal Rawal is the founder of Apsara Skincare, beauty products that are rich in natural ingredients inspired by Ayurveda. I'm so excited to talk to you about Apsara Skincare, but before we get into that, can I know a little bit about yourself?
So I was born in Srinagar in Kashmir, which is the northernmost state in India. And so I was raised there partly, and then when I was 13 years old, we moved to Delhi. So I was raised there as well.
And then when did you move to the US?
Over, I think, around 13 years. I came here as a student.
So speaking of being a student, your major was molecular biology,
Yes.
and you worked as a clinical scientist. So was entrepreneurship something you always wanted to get into?
No, I didn't. It wasn't something that I ever thought about, really. Having a business and managing it, I was very far-fetched in a way. Never really occurred my imagination that that's something that I would do. No.
So then how did Apsara Skincare start?
I guess it was meant to be. When I think about it, it turns out that the signs and symptoms of a business always existed, but it was meant to be. It wasn't something that was planned at all. I've always been interested in skincare. Always. When people ask me about this, that puts me back in a time when I was 10 years old, 11 years old, going into the kitchen, wanting to create a facial mask for myself.
Oh.
I wanted to have perfect, flawless skin. This is something that I've always wanted.
Which you do.
Thank you. I came into the US, I turned out to become a clinical scientist, and along the way you gain your lab skills and you gain your research and development skills. But at the back of my mind, skincare was always important. I was still always doing it. There came a point in my life where I wanted to create very green and very clean and very natural skincare products for myself. And the chief reason was that I was really looking hard in the marketplace trying to find something that fit my standards of a skincare product or a skincare routine, and I was really not able to find anything at all. So I challenged myself to create a very clean and green skincare product, and the condition was that A, it shouldn't have any harsh chemicals in it, and B, let's try to have it preservative free also. So it was a tall challenge. I went to work and I started working on a facial mask and a facial serum for myself. And I was actually able to do it. I was able to create two products that were clean and green, no harsh chemicals, no preservatives even. I started using them right away on my skin, and in short order my skin really looked better than it ever had before. I continued to formulate. This time around it was getting more and more serious. I was taking this entire thing very seriously and creating one product after another product, and before I knew it, I had, I think at that time, about 25 odd products.
Wow.
And I wasn't going to use all of them on myself. So just as I said, one thing leading to another thing, leading to Apsara.
Wow. So how long did this process take from conception to getting your products out there in the market?
I guess from a business perspective, it took a good 2.5, 3 years while I was still only doing it as a passion. But I was taking it very seriously without realizing where it was going, just because I was really interested in doing that. That period lasted a good 2 to 3 years, I would say. But conception, when I really look back at time, I would say it was, I guess, conceived way before I realized it, even just, when my interest started at 10 or 11.
Hey, what are you wearing to the party tonight? Tell me about Apsara Skincare.
I would say a unique skincare line, very unique for many reasons. A, no harsh chemicals and very clean and green formulations that are friendly to your skin, that work with your own skin rhythms and give you that fresh, flawless, youthful skin without you having to resort to any harsh chemical per se. Secondly, very Ayurvedic in nature. I'm very fond of Ayurveda. Very fond of anything that is natural, and Ayurveda is just one very old system of health and well-being that originated in the Indian subcontinent about 5,000 years ago. But then there are so many other systems of health and well-being that originated in various parts of the world quite long ago, and they are full of wisdom and full of tips and techniques, and most of them involving usage of natural ingredients. So I would say Apsara incorporates that wisdom of Ayurveda and other as I go along, I try to incorporate other systems of health and well-being as well, and have being just as friendly and natural as it is. So that really, in a nutshell, describes the line.
Natural products have a short shelf life.
That is not true. It is a myth. You've chosen your myths pretty correctly. No, as far as the Apsara products are concerned, that's certainly not a myth at all. A lot of it depends on how a product is formulated, and products can have various shelf lives. Now, all natural doesn't necessarily mean that you have to refrigerate your product, or the shelf life is going to be extremely short. In most cases, it's something one shouldn't even worry about very much. But read your labels. Definitely read your labels very carefully. If there are any tips or directions on extending that shelf life or getting the most of your product time-wise, do follow those, I would say.
Natural products take longer for it to be effective and show results.
Myth that needs to be busted. It's a total myth. And I really don't know what the origin of this myth is, but it's a very prevalent one. And nothing could be further from the truth, Dipika. Some of these ingredients are extremely effective and surprisingly extremely effective. So no, don't assume that if you are using a product that's all natural, it's going to take forever and a half to work. That's really not true.
That's also really good to know. I'm glad we got these cleared up. The first product you formulated was your sandalwood serum. Tell me a little bit about that, and why do you think it was your first?
Sandalwood serum was the very first, was one of the first two. Sandalwood is a very, very favorite ingredient of mine. It is a very versatile ingredient. It smells good, and it has some wonderful properties for skincare. So I wanted to work with this ingredient as much as possible. I wanted to work with the powdered form of sandalwood. I wanted to explore its uses as an essential oil. And since it is suitable for all types of skin, it was an obvious choice to start off with. So that's the reason, it had to be the sandalwood serum.
So what are the benefits of sandalwood?
So many. As I said, it is great for all types of skin. It balances the oil production by your skin's sebaceous glands. So if you're overproducing oil or underproducing oil, it kind of brings it to the middle and gives you a very balanced skin. It has great, anti-aging properties. It's great for dry skin to bring elasticity back into the skin. It is wonderful to help with the glow of your skin.
Wow.
And, in summertime, it's wonderful for overexposed skin. If you've been in sun for a very, very long time, you can have a sandalwood mask sit on your skin for 10 minutes or so. It has cooling properties, and it balances your skin, and is great to kind of lighten that tan as well if you've acquired an excessive bit of tan.
I'm always looking for ways to lighten that tan. So, what is your most popular product?
It has to be the acne care routine, I have to say. But a close second, I would say, is our very new hair oil. The name of the hair oil is rosemary and amla.
I love how all of your products have so many benefits to it. It's amazing. So it's not just for one thing, but you can use it for
several things.
Yeah.
For several things. And you're right, that is also reflective of how natural ingredients are. It was very surprising to me while I was doing research about to learn more about these ingredients too, that any typical ingredient tends to have more than one benefit.
What celebrities do you think have skin that's Apsara?
That's Apsara. I'm sure a lot of them do. Maybe many of them come to my mind, but recently I was looking at Halle Berry's photo, and she didn't seem like she had a lot of makeup on at all, and I really liked her skin.
Yeah.
It's just plump and youthful and in very, very good shape for her age.
Yes.
So I think that would be my pick. Okay. So if there are any pauses or stuff, those will be cut out,
I'm going to put all that in.
The pauses? No.